Alright guys, let me get the prefacing out of the way. Our house's AC is terrible, so we have a little fan right here on one, but that's just got to be how it is because it's way too hot in this house. Secondly, we're working on another new setup. We have a lamp. We're thinking we just need like a drop cord or extension cable to get the lamp over here to help with the lighting. So hopefully in a few videos from now, there'll be a lamp on this table for the next games I've played recently. But basically, summer is coming to a close, and I'm probably not going to be buying nearly as many games. I'm probably going to try to finish the Wii U set and maybe pick up some Switch games here and there, but probably not going to be buying too many games because the used bookstore we go to, we're now going to once a month instead of once a week, which is why I've been able to accumulate such crazy Xbox games. Or not crazy in quality, but crazy in quantity. So without further ado, I wanted to introduce a new segment here called Pete. You guys know I like to reference Pete a good bit. He has a series he calls Games I Bought Recently. I need a name for this because right now all I got is Games I've Played Recently. So Jessica, if you come up with a name, or if any of you guys have a name, this is basically just games that I've played a good bit of recently. I do need some qualifiers, like I can't just have played a demo of it or played it for 15 minutes or something like that. Enough to where I feel like I can really talk about the game. So I'm not going to put a time limit on it, just like an impression on it. So without further ado, let's start with Shovel Knight. One of the reasons I'm starting with Shovel Knight first is because this game is a game I was more so playing maybe in May or June. But I wanted to talk about it somewhere. I haven't really beaten it to do a review of it, but I've played it up to the final boss. I'm going to go back and finish beating it. I've just taken a break from playing my Wii U. I bought so many Wii U games that I had to play test. Actually, Jessica, can we move it like right here so that I can have maybe some gameplay going on right here? I'll try to throw up either like a trailer or some gameplay footage if I have some handy, or try to record some, but Shovel Knight, I don't play a lot of 2D games, but this game was amazing to me. Probably my favorite 2D side-scrolling game. I play like some of the new Mario games on handheld. I played Donkey Kong Country 2, which I enjoyed, but to me this and Shantae, like the Wii U really has opened my eyes, because we played Yoshi, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Shantae, and now Shovel Knight, and I'm starting to come around to 2D like side-scrolling platformer games. They weren't really a genre I was big on before the Wii U. I didn't really think my takeaway from the Wii U would be that it would get me into 2D side-scrolling games, but this game is awesome with its secrets, with its upgrades, with the fact, like, I always try to get into Mega Man, and I go and play Mega Man 1. It's just way too hard. I die like in every single level. I don't know any of the patterns, anything like that. But Shovel Knight is genuinely a lot of fun. I don't die a crazy amount. In the later levels, there's insta-deaths, which are different. But in the earlier levels, it's really fair, it's balanced. It's just a lot of fun to play, collect all the secrets, and explore the levels. So, for me, it's almost a perfect 2D side-scrolling game. If you guys can recommend more games like Shovel Knight and Shantae, I would enjoy that a lot. So, Shovel Knight. Try not to rant too much, but darn it, I want to talk about that game for a while. I'll go ahead and talk about... I do need to grab one more game. But I'll go ahead and talk about Paper Mario, the Origami King. I don't know when this video is coming out exactly. I don't want to put a date. I don't want to say, hey, I'm going to have this up by Monday if I'm not going to have it up by Monday. But so far, it's Saturday as of the recording of this. I've played a couple of hours into this. I just did my first impressions video, and you guys can go watch the first impressions video for more. But I like the art style. I like the new mechanics. I like the dialogue. The combat is very interesting. That's about all I'm going to say for it. The puzzles that come along with the combat make it interesting. They help spice it up. But sometimes the puzzles are stressful and they scare me. So, yeah, I recommend it so far. We'll see in the coming days. If I've changed my mind, I'll throw something up on screen saying I no longer recommend this game or something to that effect. But I need to grab this game.
That one? Oh.
No, this one. We're gonna save Dragon Quest XI for a different video because I've played probably like 8 hours into that game and I don't really feel like I have a feel for it. You know, I've got the first companion. I've broke out of the castle, and we've went back into the main kingdom, and just hopefully by the next couple of games I've played recently, I'll have a more strong opinion about it. Because it's an RPG. You can be 20 hours into an RPG and not know how you feel about it. But let's talk about SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I am Let's Playing this. One of the reasons I'm not Let's Playing or pumping out as many videos as I wanted to is A, my PC was really low on storage. I cleared it up a good bit, but you know, it eats through it. So I can only bulk record so many episodes, and it's so hot that finding a time of day where I can turn off all the AC and record it's a nightmare. I may try to record tonight, but we'll just see how it goes. It may be something where I need a fan on, but this game is shaping up to be phenomenal, honestly. Like, I like it. It's a remake of a GameCube game, so it's not as boundary pushing as A Hat in Time or Odyssey. Maybe not even as much as Lucky Tale, but I feel like I like this a little more than New Super Lucky Tale. I'm not sure though. To me, what I really want is a sequel or another SpongeBob game done in this style. The exploration is fun, the collecting is fun, the art style I really love. To me, the only thing bad about this game, if you even want to call it bad, is just it's small in scope because it's a remake of a GameCube game. If it got a map, if they were able to do a Bikini Bottom with, say, something like Dragon Quest does with its map, or a Fallout map, or anything like that, if they were able to give it a map of like a 360 game, that would be awesome. You know, like, physically go into places. Like, I was talking to my Let's Play, like, you could have, oh, I gotta feed Gary, and one of the level portals be like his food bowl takes you to the mart, and you get there and it's like, oh, you gotta get 1,000 shiny objects to buy his food or something like that, you know, and you can parkour around the mart and just stuff like that. These people found a way to give you a spatula in Squidward's house. You know what I mean? So if you could get into the bank, the mart, just more areas. I haven't played it far enough to see if Sandy's Treehouse is a level, but they just have like 20 years of SpongeBob to pull from. Like, they can make some cool levels, you know. So I like this game for what it is. I love it for what it is, but it gets me excited to think I'm probably going to do a video once I beat this game talking about what I want out of the next SpongeBob game, because quite frankly, I really enjoy the SpongeBob games. I have on GameCube the SpongeBob movie, and no, we don't have Flying Dutchman yet, but the SpongeBob movie, the game, is really good. I enjoy it a lot too. So I just want another 3D platforming SpongeBob game. So that one passes by all accounts. Alright guys, up next is Super Mario Galaxy 2. So how do you want it? Oh yeah, you're right. Full disclosure, this is maybe my favorite game on this list. For some reason I didn't play this game when it came out. This is a game that probably I could do a whole video over as like sequels done right, because they just, again, this was a game I probably played more so a month ago, but I really wanted to play it, and it's just got kind of shuffled down the backlog because I got so many good Switch games. I've got Origami King, I've got Dragon Quest, I got SpongeBob. Like, I've been playing the Switch a lot, but Super Mario Galaxy 2 is amazing. Of those 3 games I just named, this may be the best game out of those 3. If you're a platforming fan like me, they added new power-ups, new galaxies, Yoshi. I can't remember if Yoshi's in Galaxy 1. I don't think he was, but he's here. They knew, hey, you want to play as Yoshi. This game is just amazing, honestly. Like, I feel like this is BioShock 2. Where it's just more of the same, but it's just amazing. Like, there's really no complaints from me. I saw like a Let's Play of this, and it's like the Versus guys, so I just would have it on while I was like running or cleaning around the house or whatever, you know. I wasn't really watching, but I would look up and I'd be like, I don't know if I like how they did the the map, like the overworld map, there were certain off-putting parts, but once I started playing it, I was like, holy cow, this game has literally everything you could ask for. It's amazing. Like, for me, it's very hard to say which of the 3D Mario games is the best. Like, I think I lean Odyssey, but goodness gracious, if this gets ported to the Switch, I mean, I own both of them on the Wii, but it's tempting, especially if they do them in a bundle. You get Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 in a bundle. This game's amazing. It may be my favorite on this list. I'll probably throw this in another games I played recently once I actually like sit down and beat it. Or I'll do like its own video or something, because this game is amazing, honestly, quite frankly. Alright, these next two I'm going to throw up as a package deal, and we'll probably talk for the next 7 minutes and 33 seconds about these. And I'll just throw up gameplay footage somewhere, it doesn't really matter at this point. Dark Cloud and Dark Cloud 2, you want me to move them? Alright. I gotta say, these are probably Katamari is a thing, but these are probably, next to Katamari, the most unique games in my collection. I fell in love with Dark Cloud 1 as a kid. I say because I just get taken back to 2001-ish. And just being blown away, a lot of people say this was Sony's attempt at Zelda, and I just don't see that at all. It's a whole heck of a lot different, but quite frankly, Part 1, the only bad thing I have to say about Part 1 is it's so small in scope. Like, it's a city building simulation dungeon crawling RPG. So take any kind of roguelike, randomly generated dungeon crawler, and once you leave, like, you're going in looking for parts to rebuild a city. Okay? That's the premise, is this genie has destroyed all these towns, and you have to go, all the parts of the town are put in these orbs that are in the dungeons. And once you rebuild them, you can technically build the worlds however you want to, but the civilians have requests. Oh, I want to be by the pond. Oh, I want the sun rising on my porch. Oh, I don't want to be by Henry. Oh, I want to be by the local mart. Oh, I want to be by the giant windmill. So you can listen to their request, and as you complete their request, you'll get like better weapons or different items or weapon upgrades. So, but it's so small in scope, I think, because of the PS2 game. It's close to a launch title. 2001 is very close, if not the launch year of the PS1. So with Dark Cloud 2, it's a long game. Like, you die and it starts you over at the last save point. So my save file says about 7 hours. I've probably played this thing closer to 20 hours because I die so much. And like, there was one time I beat like 3 floors and died, and they were like 3 long hard floors, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm like midway through the second dungeon. But it takes Dark Cloud 1 and it expands on it in a lot of different ways. So far, like, the city building, the world building hasn't really been an aspect of it at all. I'm in the Rainbow Butterfly Forest. So there's still the geostones to collect, but I haven't really done anything with them yet. But inventions, because you get a camera and Max is an inventor, so he'll get an idea and he'll say, this is no joke, like, take a belt, the moon, and like a shield or something. I don't know. I'm probably missing that third thing. And you can make knight's boots, which you can equip or you can synthesize, I think is the term. And that'll raise your weapon by +2 attack. Like that. Like, this game is crazy in depth. And I'll probably be able to explain it a lot more in depth if I wasn't playing my Switch so much the last 4 or 5 days, because I was on a Dark Cloud 2 kick last week. Like, that was all I was playing. So I want something of this level to be made in, like, with modern consoles. Because I look it up and no one has anything even close to the dungeon crawling aspect, like the randomly generated dungeons, and the inventions, and the city building. Like, there are games with city building and there's games with dungeon crawling, but no game quite puts it together and has the charm of Dark Cloud 2 or Dark Cloud 1. If you could, like, play The Sims where you're building these cities and you're interacting with these civilians, but you're also doing these, like, weapon upgrades and dungeon crawlings. Timeout? Jessica wants to throw her hat in the ring for Dragon Quest Builders, which I haven't played. So,
I feel like it could be similar, but I don't know for sure yet.
Okay, play it a little more, and then let me know what you think. So, outside of that, though, I got nothing even close to these two games. And I was telling Jessica, like, that's the problem with owning a massive collection like this, but you're in a Dark Cloud mood. You don't have a single other game in your entire collection that's even close to these two games. Apparently Dragon Quest Builders. But outside of that, if I beat these two games, and I want to play something similar, there's nothing quite like it. If you can recommend me something like, and don't just say, oh, there's that game that Level 5 made. People are like, Ni no Kuni is similar to this. I'm like, give me a break. That's how unique these games are. There's nothing like them. So I love them. Probably talk about them more. Dark Cloud, I'm on the final level basically. I just got to the moon people. Alright, not last. We'll take a second to go ahead and talk. Yeah. Alright guys, we'll try not to spend too long on these two games because I'm going to finish with Resident Evil 2. So let's talk about Outer Worlds. The reason I'm not showing you guys this is because it's on the Xbox Game Pass. And this is a game I was playing back in like April or May, and I didn't have this idea in my head. But golly, Obsidian is one of my favorite game studios. They made Fallout New Vegas, and now they took that Fallout New Vegas spin and put it into outer space. And honestly, it's great. I love it. I love everything Fallout with westerns. You know, like they took Fallout and put it with a western, and that was just genius. And I love sci-fi, and they take Fallout and they put it with sci-fi, and it is really great. I'm getting a little burned out of it at times because I'm playing on whatever the hardest mode is, hardcore, or whatever that mode is. So it's really brutal. I'm nowhere close to being done with it, and I honestly am not sure when I'll ever beat it. I haven't beat New Vegas. I'm playing New Vegas on that hardcore mode, and honestly I've got pretty down pat with the radiation and the sickness and the hunger. Like, I'm in the groove of that. This hardcore mode, like, the enemies are really tough, and you can't warp past, like, you can't fast travel past certain parts. So I mean, I'll spend a whole day just trying to get past pteranodons or whatever they're called. I don't even remember. Mastodons. I don't even remember what they're called. I'm like naming random dinosaurs and stuff. Stegosaurus. I don't remember what all the villains are called, but it's a tough game, but I love it. I just wanted to throw it up here. I don't have too much to say about it because it's been like 3 months since I played it. But I do love it, and I think I'll be interested to see if they make some spin-off of it, because it seems like an Xbox 360 game, honestly. Like, the maps, from where I am in the game, I've only been to like 3 planets, and the maps seem really small and really easy to, like, I get bored exploring the maps, which isn't really ever something I can say in New Vegas. New Vegas has been an absolute pleasure to traverse. Fallout 4, even though it's not, I don't think that's made by Obsidian. Like, the Fallout games never get boring to explore. Outer World maps, they kind of get old relatively quickly, which is weird. So I think if they did like a bigger, better sequel, that would be really interesting. But I have enjoyed my time with it. It's just, it seems kind of small for a game about outer space. It seems like instead of giving you a massive world to play in, they give you like 15 smaller worlds. And I just picked a number off the top of my head. I don't know how many there are. But alright, let's go into Resident Evil 2 now. Resident Evil 2 is a game I watched my dad play a lot as a kid. So I actually have a lot of opinions on this game based off just watching my dad play it when I was a kid. But as an adult, this game isn't super scary. But I was telling Jessica earlier, it's not fun to play. It fills you with dread. Okay, I told her I love Resident Evil 2. Honestly, like, I really do love this game. But you can't walk down a hallway without just okay, because the zombies take like 10 bullets. And my handgun, I got like, I told Jessica, I spent like 21 bullets on 2.5 zombies. Of course, you miss a couple of shots here and there, but that's the worst part about this game is like, I got a locker key card to go get the shotgun, and I knew where that was. And I'm like, do I really, really want to go over there? I'm like, I have 5 bullets to my name. So I start walking. I had 2 choices, to go down the spade key door or go through the now open gate area. And I'm like, okay, I'll go through the open gate area, whatever. I'll see if there's anything I missed or anything like that. So I start walking. I get to the first dark hallway. A zombie comes crashing through the window. I unload 5 bullets into him. He gets up, starts chasing me. I'm all out of bullets. I'm like, ah, crap. So I turn around and I just take off dead running, and I go through the spade or club or whichever door. And like, I should have done that the first time, because like, there's now that zombie just chilling there waiting for me to come back with like 5 of my bullets in him. But this game, I can't say it's a joy to play. I can't say it's an absolute pleasure to play. I can just say that I've played it. I do like this game. I am going to try to see it to the end. I can't promise you I will, but I'm going to try, because I do like this game. And it is, I do love the old school Resident Evil games. It's just, golly, I can play them for like an hour and I'm like, I'm good. Because I got done with like this 3rd floor level, and then I'm like, alright, I'm just going to go save the game, because I've probably done everything that I want to do tonight. So I get back into the main hall where the staircase, what do you call it? Well, there's just like a bunch of staircases. Stairwell?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at the top of the stairs, and you just hear, Rah! Thank you, laptop. And I'm like, I'm not listening to you. I just start running down, 3 flights of stairs. And I'm like, I'm not listening to you. I got every light in the house off. Jessica decides, I don't even know what you were doing, but you decide, I should stand up at this time. I'm sitting in my chair. Jessica's on the couch behind me. She goes, I should get up at this time. And I'm just hearing, Rah! And I'm like, I'm just going to go save it. And Jessica decides to put her hand on my shoulder, completely pull my chair back, because it's like it'll recline with you or kind of like go back with you. She pulls me back, uses me to stand up. The same time I run into this zombie's arm. The zombie grabs me, throws me down, bites my neck off, and I just go, golly! I just got up and ran past the zombie.
It was bad timing.
It was. Jessica grabbed me and slammed me down. Not literally, but she grabs my chair, pulls me back. At the same time, this zombie grabs me, and I'm just like frustrated and overwhelmed.
The chair was in front of me. I had to move it to get by.
I'd been hearing this thing shriek and holler for 3 flights of stairs and it's dark. Like, there's literally no lighting in this place. Not like in our house and in the game. Leon's running with his flashlight. I just see, like, it's a police officer zombie, I think, because I just see her face, and I think she's wearing a uniform. But either way, like, she grabs me, tackles me, and I'm just like, God! I was just so frustrated in that moment of just everything that happened. So, this is a fun game, sort of. But either way, it's highly recommended if you like survival horror. I personally don't even like survival horror. Resident Evil is the only survival horror game I play. I just like the characters. I just think, like, Leon's awesome, Claire's awesome, Chris is awesome. Like, all those guys are awesome. So, those are the games that I've played recently that I feel strongly enough to talk about. I did want to talk about Shovel Knight and Outer Worlds, even though I played them months ago. I still think they were good enough to be included. I'm going to try to play some more games so I can make another one of these in a few weeks. But I got a lot of good games, as you guys can see, that I need to slog through. So we'll see how long it takes me to get another games I played recently up. But without further ado, I will let you guys go. Tell me what games you guys have been playing lately. And yeah, we'll just see you guys in the next video.